What's up, guys? This is Patrick Jensen. We are back for another live stream, and I'm excited because we're just going to do some fun environment sketches today. And this is live on Twitch right now, twitch.tv/metavisuals. And yeah, so we're going to do some environment sketching, some lighting and mood kind of studies, exploration, and just have fun for a little bit. So hopefully you can join me for this. And since this is happening live on Twitch, there's going to be comments going on the side. And if someone asks a question, I'll try to repeat it in case you're watching this stream later and you want to check it out and stuff. So if you did miss it, you can catch it on YouTube, YouTube/C/metavisuals. And of course, you can also follow me on Twitter, which is @metavisuals, or Facebook/metavisuals. So yes, and I'll always post like when I'm doing these live streams and when the next tutorial is going to hit and all that stuff. So but yeah, so I had some free time this Sunday morning, and so I thought I'd pop on and have some fun with you guys. So yeah, that's what we are going to do. Let's see. So I'm just going to finish the setup here, and we'll just go ahead and get started, which will be super fun. So yeah, so I'm working towards getting some classes and things together. So those will be coming later, and I will announce those in detail as we get closer to that. But right now I'm just having fun, kind of making sure the process is good. You know, I've got this whole Twitch thing down, and so we can do all that fun stuff. So we're just gonna have fun free sketching right now. So might as well get started. Let's do it. All right. But I hope you guys are having a good day. Yeah. And we're just gonna free paint some environments and think about different things and have some fun. So yeah, let's see, let me get the chat up in case you guys say hello. All right. And last thing, we'll just minimize that guy. There we go. Cool. All right. All right. Let's see. What are we painting? So what I want to do, the topic today, I was thinking it'd be fun. There's a topic suggestion on Facebook for on the a little speed painting group called Spit Paint, and they have a topic like a crossroads signpost. And the idea of a crossroads is kind of fun. Of, you know, do you go this way or that way? And so I was thinking of sketching some ideas along that idea. And see where we go with that. So it's 9:30, and let's see what we can do by 10. Okay? So we'll give ourselves a half hour and just go for it. So right now I'm kind of laying in some general shapes and moods and things, or shapes and moods, colors, and getting some things down. I'm using a really spattery kind of brush just because I like to start kind of fuzzy and then bring it into that sharp focus. So that's kind of what we're doing now. Let's see. At this point, what I want to do with this one is find a neat separation between our background, midground, and foreground, and try to make it pretty colorful too, which would be fun. Let's see, 3D texture, jungly. Where's my jungly brush? There it is. Oh, and let's get our RG. Oh, let's see. Okay, there we go. If you start with that dark color underneath, and you can pop out these trees and stuff. pretty easily. And we can go ahead and get lighter with that sky. That's good. I'm not thinking too much about composition other than horizon line being lower, and I want trees and a pretty sky. Those are the only kind of things I'm focusing on right now. And so I'm just laying in those things to get those things working. And then we can adjust the composition and also the arrangement of things as we go. It's a fun way to sketch, especially if you're doing this kind of sketching, which is really like free paint, and kind of figuring out what you're going to do as you go. It's just one way to do it. And one thing, so we'll just have some fun, push paint around until we get something that we like. Get some highlights in there in that road. Okay. Crossroads. Get some tree limbs in there. Let's get a little darker. All right. So this is kind of fun. Let's keep going with this just for a little bit and see where it goes. We've got, let's see. We've got this like, you could go that way or this way. And maybe we'll put the signpost in the middle or on the left here. And let's just play with what we got going on. So, let's see. Let's keep going with this brush. We were having fun with that one. And I like to dupe things and then set my brush to like soft light. And then you get a little bit more saturation to play with once in a while. If you like select that blue and paint with it, just pops it up and boosts the saturation, which is kind of fun. Okay. We could get some clouds in there. Let's get some clouds in there. This is a really happy day. We might paint a moodier one after this, but we'll start with a happy place, and then see about getting a little bit different with it. But I just felt like painting something fun and light for this first one, and then we can go from there. All right. These hills. So I'm just putting some blue atmosphere back there, smudging it out, getting those mountains in a better place. Cool. Let's get our chalky brush, or our debris square brush, that's what I call it. Gets you this nice texture going on. And you can really kind of push these, the silhouette of these trees. And I like to poke holes in them. And you can quickly rough in more complexities. Actually, I want to be more saturated than that, so let's go a little bit lighter and a little bit more into that yellow. Oh, cool. pop out some of these guys. Okay. Let's get this brush. Okay, so we're just hitting some of these top planes of the trees. Cool. Let's keep going with that a little bit. We're treating this like as if it was a thumbnail for a more elaborate, concept sketch, where you would you could take this as a kind of a guide to go ahead and add more to it and refine everything, and but we're just pushing paint around and treating this like a color mood sketch that you could take further if you wanted to. We've spent 6 minutes and we have a little thumbnail going. It's kind of fun. Let's chisel out some of these clouds a little bit more. Okay. So I'm thinking about the highlights, those clouds. Getting some of those shapes going. And then smudging them. Then something fun to do is, as those clouds turn away, you can grab that light color and we'll just desaturate it a little bit and maybe darken it a little bit. And then you can get as it goes away from us, that color. It's kind of fun. Then we can put that everywhere. Get clouds bouncing here and there. And I like this color that ended up here, so let's get some of that for these guys up here. We'll just smudge this and mess it up a little bit. Cool. And you know what? I wanted to I found another brush I was using the other day, and I forgot to save it. Let's just quickly find that one again. I like to put my favorite brushes over on the tool presets because, as you collect a bunch for different reasons, I like to stay organized with these like favorite sets of, my 30 brushes or whatever. Where was it? Sorry. Bear with me because it was a really nice one. Let's see. Okay. I think this might be it. Let's see. I think that's it. Okay, cool. So we'll do a new tool preset and we'll do paint square chalk. Okay, and it goes right at the top because I put a space behind it. All right, there we go. That's the one. Yeah, I found this. It's fun to discover brushes that you had in your vault, so to speak, and bring them out. Again, it's like finding a new toy to play with. All right, let's get those down. Cool. All right, this green is pretty electric down here, which is okay. But let's add some hue variation to it. Let's get more saturated with that one. There we go. Okay, so we got this road coming this way, and there we go. Got some yellow in there. Okay. Just messed that stuff up a little bit. My eye was going over there. There we go. Cool. It's getting a little saturated, so let's just, there we go, take out that blue a little bit. Nice. Add some warp to that cloud. There we go. Cool. Poke some holes in that tree. Nice. Okay. All right. Okay, let's figure this out a little bit more. Let's flatten this out, and then bring it back. Get that back there. Okay. Fix the perspective on that a little bit. As it goes far back, we'll just bring up the value and blue it out a little bit. Take this guy up. Okay. All right. Cool. So this has been about 13 minutes and getting something in there. And now's a good time when you could pull up some reference of this kind of area and grab some inspiration for things to work on further. Now that you have these elements kind of roughed in, I need to get this signpost in here, so let's do that. And let's see. And we didn't sketch it out at the beginning, but that's okay. Let's do, could do it right here. Yeah. Seems good. All right. And we're just gonna have some fun with this guy. And block in the shape, and then we can paint within the paint kind of thing. So I'm gonna do that. Cool. Okay. We'll preserve transparency on that. And let's do, there we go. Get some wood color in there. And some highlights. And then we can take this color and add a little bit blue, bring down the red and green, and we can get that cooler kind of fill color. Nice, cool. Scribble on some stuff. nice. So we'll keep that on a layer, and let's keep working on stuff. So let's see, what if we do a little bit of color balancing and just play with this and find if we need to nudge it into a better spot. So that's kind of nice, warming it up a little bit. And we'll keep this as a subtle fix, but it's just going to introduce a little bit more color for us as we go ahead and try to finish this little sketch. So I just go through the midtones, then I go to the shadows, and then I adjust my highlights. And I'm just rocking these back and forth to try to find if it needs to go in a different place, you know? So that's kind of nice. So you can see before and after. Before, it's looking just a little bit blue overall. After, I'm bringing in some of that warmth and stuff. So that's kind of nice. So next thing I do as like a global adjustment, new layer, and let's set it to multiply this time. And grab some of that blue, and we'll just take down the bottoms of these trees. So we get a better sense of a tree line there. And we can also do a new layer, and I'm gonna copy everything and paste everything. Set my brush to color dodge, grab this white, and just real subtly paint some of this, just so we have some more to work with in the sky. And maybe do that to the greens as well. And maybe this is our focus, our fun tree in the middle that we'll focus some attention on. But see how we're just getting some highlights and brightening that up a little bit. And we have more to color pick from now. All right, so new layer. Let's bring back our signpost there. And cool, let's keep painting. Oops. Oh, you know what's fun too? Let's turn on color dynamics, and we'll put the hue jitter up, saturation, a little brightness. Turn off apply per tip. That means if I select this green here, and I do a stroke, and another stroke, and another stroke, and another stroke, you always get like a variation to that color with every stroke, which is super fun. Next thing I'm gonna do, up the spacing a little bit, get some texture. And so with that, I'll turn down the opacity on the brush to maybe 60%, and now I can just kind of spatter on some brushes, some of these branches and things. Add some detail. And then I can smudge it if it's too much in places. But that gets us some nice texture in this foliage. Okay, let's do some more on this guy. This is a nice warm up. Just have a little happy place. All right. Background. Smudge it out a little bit. Cool. Now that road's getting a little saturated, so I'm just going to do a global hue saturation and take this down a little bit. Right around there, maybe. I'm going to invert that. Don't want it everywhere. And I'm going to use my brush to paint white into that mask. So I'll just take down this road a little bit. There we go. Take down some of these greens. Cool. And I might need, let's work on these blues a little bit. There we go. Oh, that's nice, huh? Cool. I might just paint it away at the horizon here. There we go. And actually, new layer. We'll set this to multiply. Grab this blue and just darken the top of the frame a little bit. Great. And darken the bottom of the frame a little bit. Okay. And after doing that, paint over it. Because when you do some adjustments like that, it's always nice to just paint over it a little bit so it doesn't look like you adjusted things too much. Grab some pinks. I'm just going to add some other colors into this sky that just help it liven up a little bit. So I'm not thinking about it too much, but that'll help liven it up. All right, gotta get this guy reading. So we're gonna just fuzz out that stuff behind the sign. Okay, and let's do we'll get some shadow from this guy. Let's see. And as that goes over there, we can blue it up down that. And get something in there, maybe a little lighter value. There we go. As this crosses over. Then we can... Nice. And let's see, what about... Just thinking about what's going on in the distance a little bit. Let's see. Fix that green stroke right there. $9.53. Doing pretty good. Normal. Ah, that's what it was. Okay. These reds are pretty fun. What if we just have a little red tree over here? One over here. Oops. Cool. All right, let's work on the sky a little bit. And actually, let's get some whites in here. Under this cloud, peeking out. Get some real tiny cirrus clouds, stratus, way up there. Okay. Let's do this guy. Just work on this guy. All right. We have 5 more minutes for this one, and then we'll do another one. Yeah. We could do... let's do some color dynamics on that guy. Get some color in there. Nice. This guy, we could do a layer clip to it. Set this to like linear dodge and just bring him up a little bit. There we go. He was getting a little bit lost. A little red bounce light from the ground. Nice. New layer. And we'll just give a shadow to him. I was liking this blue that we were getting. Let's bring some of that in. Mixed with some of the ground shadow color. There we go. Let's desaturate that blue a little bit. There we go. Cool, so we have a real distant, huge cloud back there. And we have these lighter ones that are a little closer. Get some on the horizon there. A little lighter. There we go. Just hit some of these trees. Could certainly work on that stuff back there, but I think it's good to just have the impression of something. There we go. Green out that hill. Nice. And let's see. We could, last little thing, we'll just take the whole thing, copy it, paste it, and we will set this to color dodge. There we go. And take down the opacity a little bit. Maybe, there we go. And we'll just hit some of these guys. Smudge it a little bit. There we go. And that helped us out and get us some values. So we'll set our brush to normal again. And just have some fun here for a little as we finish it up. Nice. Oops. I think that's all she wrote on this one. 10 o'clock. There we go. One last little thing. Add some ground highlights to this guy to just bring your focus to him. And maybe a little highlight on him. Just to pop this guy out. There we go. Ta-da! Awesome. So that was fun. So yeah, so real happy scene. I wanted to do something fun and light for this first sketch, and then maybe we can get Moody after this one. So that'd be kind of fun. All right, so I'm gonna just save this guy out real quick. JPEG. Sunny Crossroads. Okay. And actually, let me duplicate new. And save the PSD too. Okay. Sunny. Awesome. And this guy, I'm going to take it down to 1200. Take the background, invert it. Take this guy. And just throw a little sharpen on it. Okay. Maybe one more time. Nope, too much. Actually, that's good. All right, we'll save that. Sunny, JPEG. Okay, we'll do that one. All right. And let's see, I'm just gonna post this guy really quick. It'll just take 1 minute and then we will continue sketching. So let's see. I'm gonna add that. Yeah, we'll do some Moody ones next, which would be fun. All right. Let's see. Just grab this guy. Oh, one more second. Just bear with me 1 more minute, and then we'll keep going. Crossroads. There we go. Boom. Okay. Posted that. All right. And let's see. All right, there we go. Cool. Okay. So that's posted. All right, let's do this. Let's do some more. We'll start with 1920 by 1080 again. One of my favorite aspect ratios. Okay. And for this time, let's get a little bit moodier and darker with it. And we'll see where it goes. All right. So it's 10 now. Let's go for another half hour and see what we can do. So here we go. I'm gonna get my big broad texture brush. Looks like this. And you know what? I'm gonna down this 1200. Then it fits nicely here. All right. And let's see if we can get a little bit more moody with it. And by moody, I mean, I want a feeling of mystery too. If you go this way, it's going to be a little scarier, versus if you go this way, it might be a little bit more hopeful for the character. So let's see. So same kind of concept as before, but yeah, just having that duality going on. So what I'm thinking is, maybe we get into the reds here. And I want to get some nice, there we go. Let's put the signpost right in the center. So I'm going to make a new layer, and we're going to just get this guy kind of blocked in right away, so we have a clear understanding of which way we're going. And we'll do the same kind of concept where we have the generic, oh, well, if it's just a 2-direction, we'll just do the 2 directions. So we'll get that there and this here. Okay, perfect. And we can play with the design of that thing, but I'm just going to rough it in right now for scale and then go from there. So this sounds good. We'll keep it kind of flat telephoto lens to just compress the space so we can get a lot more in there. So we'll have this kind of tiny, and that'll make the foliage look a little bit bigger. So that's why I'm doing that. All right. So if that is there and our horizon is about here, similar to this, we're gonna go ahead and figure out the space. All right, let's go. Cool. So we'll get these guys in here. And I want the sense of like that these guys are overhanging the path a little bit. So we'll just widen out this here. And we could put something in the distance this time, but let's just start with the foliage for now. And let's bring all this darker in the center, and then create a clear palette difference over here. That will feel a little bit more hopeful and stuff. We'll continue some of the blue over here and some of the pink over here to just kind of tie both sides together so that they feel like they're in the same space. But let's try to see if we can get a good separation of feeling between these two sides. So and I lost my, okay, 1 second. Let's see, we lost our guy. Okay, cool. There we go. All right. We'll name that sign so we don't lose it again. Okay. Sweet. All right, let's keep going. Hey, what's up? Good stuff, Patrick. Spit paint got me hooked. Looking forward to this piece. Awesome. Thanks for stopping by. If you're just joining, we did this happy version down here. Now we're going to do a little bit of a moody one. So get that duality going between the two sides. Maybe we get the sky a little bit into that purpley pink. Nice. We can hit these clouds with that like red sunlight coming from, we could do it from the left. That'd be kind of fun. And let's see. Okay, let's work on these trees a little bit. Get our liner brush. Okay. And let's see. So I'm just going to indicate some of these branches and stuff. Where are you from, Si Kuan? let's get that path in there too. We'll call this layer branches so we can come back to it, but I want to get the path roughed in, so let's get that guy. Okay. So we'll keep, okay, we'll just come straight forward with the path, and then it's a clear divide. So got this going left and this going right, okay? All right. The Netherlands, awesome. Well, welcome. It's your nighttime there. From a little town called Breda. Cool, I haven't heard of that. That's awesome. Gotta love Twitch, huh? Ooh, there could be, man, could be a little river over here. We'll see about that. That'd be kind of fun. Let's just indicate something. Then I could put a path on there. Get that warmth on the path. And let's see. This guy too. But this one I want to keep it darker. All right. Netherlands. I haven't been to Netherlands yet. I want to go. Okay, now let's see. Let's start indicating some branches and things. Stay in this kind of warmish palette. Just transition over to cooler over here. And let's change our brush to like soft light. Continue with that blue. And then we'll just get some more darkening and saturation as we brush here. We can smudge that a little bit, mess it up, and then keep going. Now the difference between these two sides, they're a little similar right now in treatment, but we will change that as we go. I can show you some ways to do that, but let's figure out this path a little bit. Get some darkening there. It's 7 p.m. here. Nice. Yes, everyone knows Amsterdam. I have been to Amsterdam, actually. Lovely area. How far away is it from Amsterdam? And yes, I am using a Cintiq. Cool. Let's bring those branches up. Keep going with these. Okay. And let's do it's an hour and a half by train. Awesome. Breda. I'll have to look it up on the map. That's awesome. Okay, cool. All right, let's figure out. Oh, so we have these branches on a layer. I'm just going to preserve transparency on them and then paint into them a little bit so they're not so standing out like that. And we can get some of these purples in here. Be kind of fun. If we do a darker red like that, it looks like the fog's going back. And get some of these lighter values at the base there. Let's go darker over here. Nice. Okay. All right, let's do some global adjustments. I want to do a levels on it just to check that we're in a good spot and see if we need to darken it or brighten it. And look at that. So yeah, I was a little bit chalky with the choices I was using. So sometimes it's good to do just a levels adjustment, bring it in a better place. So it's a little punchier now, and we can always mood it down and darken it. But just remember to kind of do that once in a while, because here's the before, and see how we're kind of crunched in, we don't have a lot of bright brights or a lot of dark darks, and this gives us a lot more to work with. And it's, you know, it's a nice little trick to do once in a while, just to make sure that you're not getting too either chalky with too much white or, you know, too dark gray. So anyway, so once that's done, we could do a new layer on top of that. All right. Okay, so let's see. You know, this side, I'm thinking might be fun. Let's get some craggly branches in here, okay? There we go. So we're just gonna bring out some of these guys as if there's like some oaks and stuff in here. Going back into the distance. And then, you know what? We might need a hit of atmosphere just to help us out. There we go. Bring things back there a little bit. And we can do another levels. And I'm just going to focus on this area right now. And I'm going to just darken things down a little bit. And then I'm going to invert that, Control I to invert the mask. And then paint with white just at the top of the trees here. Just pop these guys out more. And darken the center, darken the bottom, darken these guys. Okay, cool. So see before and after. Actually, let's do both of those. This is before and after. Before, after. So we're getting a little bit more atmosphere in there to kind of help us with some depth and that kind of stuff. Okay. Let's get some more of these guys. More hits on these clouds. And work on this path here. It's okay that the piece gets a little monochromatic back there. I'm okay with that for this mood study. Just punching holes in these trees. Okay. And you know what? We can maybe, do I have my mixer brush? Let's copy everything, paste it, okay? And let's do, I'm gonna do a little bit of mixing brush just to mess things up a little bit. Just kind of fun. So I'm just grabbing from the canvas once in a while and just getting some texture in there. And then we'll smudge it a little bit. It gets that kind of chalky, canvasy texture in there too, which is nice. Okay. Where'd you get your brushes from, or are they custom made? It's a mixture of custom brushes and ones that I've found online. You can find a lot just by Googling concept art brushes, and you'll find a lot of free ones out there. What I would suggest is get a bunch, either tool presets or not. And what I like to do is when I find a good one, I make tool presets over here. So let's go back to our regular brush. So, you know, if you get tons of brushes from people, you'll have a huge list like this. I've not cleaned this up because I'm terrible at organizing. But what you can do is when you find a good one, go over to your tool presets and do new tool preset, and you can name it something like underscore slap space whatever, or if you just do space and then the name paint square chalk, it'll rise to the top of your list of your tool presets. So you could put your initials or something, and then you can come up with your favorite 30, you know? So the brushes that I have come from, you know, I either make a brush for a specific reason. Like let's say I'm painting a building and I want to have repeating shapes of a certain like structure on the building. I'll make a brush like that. Or if I want a specific tree brush, or let's say you find you're using someone's brush and you like it, but you change it and then make it your own. So it's kind of that process, you know. It's a mixture. Okay. Does that answer your question? Okay, let's get over to here and figure out what's going to be nice about this side. We could do... I liked that like pond idea. What if there is a pond back there? And we indicate like a far bank back there. So let's get some darker shapes and just bring those guys like that. And we'll get some greens and some happy spots over there. And maybe it's getting some neat, let's do hard light. Cool. Thanks for the info. Yeah, you bet. Yeah, I didn't discover tool presets for a while. I was always right-clicking, selecting my brush. This speeds up what brushes you use, and as far as yeah, just finding what you, or if you find one you like and it feels good, you know, definitely save it off. It's a nice way to save off ones you like. Oh, let's get our sign back in there. And let's do a layer towards it. And I'm just going to color pick from my old painting and get this guy in here. We could even suggest that this side's happy and this side is dangerous. Make it very clear. All right, let's see. So let's continue with the happy feeling over here a little bit. All right. And grab that, and I want to bring it blue and get some of those greens in here. And as they transition, we will red it up so it feels consistent with the rest of the piece, but at least we have some local color and those greens in there. It's going to help. Cool. Nice. I'm liking that. Okay, let's fix this side over here. So if the horizon's here, okay. And let's see, what are we doing? We got, just indicate some color over here, tie it together. Get some greens. And it looks like Dr. Seuss trees right now with the blue. But I kind of like it. It's kind of fun. We'll just run with it. And let's get these guys. that up. Get some pinks on the edges. Nice. So we had a pretty solid dark color here. So I was just taking that dark color and then taking this formation and then bringing it up. That's basically taking a lighter blue of that darker blue, if that makes sense. And that's how I was getting that middle color. And then what I was doing was adding red, a little bit of green, taking out some of the blue, and you're getting that warm highlight color. It's one way to choose colors and think about the relationships of those colors and stuff. So that's kind of what I was doing right there. And then these guys, let's see. You know what? We could bring out one of these branches, or one of the trunks. And let's see. One sec, I'll read that in just a second. Running out of time on this one. Just have 5 more minutes left for this half-hour sketch of a different variation on the theme of doing a crossroads. So maybe we'll continue with it, but because this is a fun one. Or we could do another one. We'll see. I'm just going to wrap this guy up in a few minutes. Yeah, and then we'll do another one maybe. Okay. All right, let's get some of these guys. Let's pale that out a little bit. Get some warmth. Oh, I'm glad you're enjoying the stream. And these guys in the center. It'd be fun to figure out all these trees. The design of them, you know. We're just suggesting some gnarly branches and things, but you could go back in here and figure out the language of them. But for a sketch, this works. For a mood study. Cool. Okay, and let's see. We'll just indicate some stuff back here. I don't know, maybe it's, let's get our liner again. Cool. All right. Get some texture on the ground. And we are almost done with this guy. Last little touches. Okay, and let's cool down the highlight on this side. Nice. Okay. And let's crop it up a little bit. All right. That's nice. And just bring this guy. And I'm gonna dupe everything. Select all, copy, merge, paste. Change my brush to color dodge, and let's just ping out some reflections over here. Dunk. Smudge that. Grab that green and just hit that a little bit. Ooh, nice. And then let's get some reds in here. And some yellows. Let's do linear dodge. So linear dodge doesn't destroy your colors as much. It's hard to control color dodge sometimes, so sometimes I switch it to linear dodge. Last little bit, because we are done with this one. Let's see. Nice. That works for me. And a little shadow. Perfect. All right, we'll call that one done. 30 minutes and having fun with like the sunlight coming from the left, trying to get two distinct kind of areas for this crossroads, and tying it all together to give it some of that warmth over here so it looks like it's the same lighting condition. It would be fun to really try to sell what is back here. We didn't have quite enough time to figure that out, but that's okay for a little mood study. Not too shabby, I guess. And a different mood from what we did earlier, which was more of a happy kind of area. So let's save that out, and we'll do another one if you guys would like that. So I'm gonna just save this out and say dual, and I'm gonna copy all that, make a new one, paste it, invert the background. Actually, 1200 is fine. So might need a sharpen. We'll just test this out real quick. And I like to fade that sharpen just a little bit, somewhere in there. Perfect. And we will just tag that guy. There we go. And I'm just naming this dual Sunny. And let me just save that out, and then we'll start on a new one in like a minute or two. Okay. All right, let's see. Oops. 1 second, bear with me, guys. Dual. Side post number 2. All right. Boost. There we go. Nice. Sweet. Someone said, I'm not a concept artist myself, but I do various types of digital artwork like illustration and photo manip. Really want to learn to do some digital painting, but it's hard to learn without a background in composition, perspective, and with a school, of course. I don't have any spare time to learn. Oh, that's really tough. Well, that's awesome. You're doing some illustration photo work, Jonas. Yeah, just keep finding time to do those studies to get like more fluid with your painting. It's about doing studies and practicing and doing those like foundation kind of painting what's on your desk, painting what you see, observational sketches, either in coffee shops or in your sketchbook. Painting with pencil and pen is just as helpful as painting digitally, perhaps even more so. So you can find time wherever you can. If it's not in front of a computer, it's still helping you like learn and grow and stuff as a painter. So yeah, I wish you luck. Let's see. Someone has to go. Oh, thanks for joining me. I hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching. All right, let's put this guy here. Cool. And we will paint another one. We could do maybe one more half-hour sketch. All right. Let's see. Cool. 1 second. Need a drink. Okay, it's 10:37 a.m. here. So we will go to 11:07. Okay, and we will stop the timer there. So we'll do one more half-hour sketch for today, and then call it a day. So, but if you missed the beginning of this stream, I'm going to be posting this to YouTube, and you can find all the videos there. YouTube/C/metavisuals, and you can follow me on Twitter. At metavisuals or Facebook /metavisuals. So if you missed the beginning of these two sketches, go ahead and join me there or watch the videos there, and I'll keep you guys updated on when the next one is. So, but yeah, this time let's do a different palette and see what we can do. So here we go. So this canvas size for you guys is 1200. And we're gonna go for a half hour and just do another sketch based on the theme of doing this crossroads. All right, so we're gonna start darker this time, and let's do this brush. Now I'm gonna just kind of sketch in some texture for now, and then we'll kind of figure out the piece as it kind of comes together, and you'll see this is a fun way to paint if you want to just see where it could go and stuff, or loose free painting kind of style when you don't have a goal in mind other than the theme. So I'm just changing my brush dynamics. We're getting more into this brown palette. We did a nice sunny one. We did the sunset. So I'm thinking maybe we go a little bit into this palette for this one. When those greens might be nice. So we'll get our signpost in here somewhere, but then figure out this place as we go. So. Ooh. Okay. Let's see. Let's go wider on this. There we go. And let's fill that in. Okay, let's see. So we'll just spend like 5 minutes-ish kind of figuring this one out. All right, let's see. So maybe it's an urban environment, I don't know, but I'm kind of playing with the idea of that right now, and we can see where it goes. But that's what I'm kind of thinking with these vertical shapes and stuff. Let's do a new layer for this signpost, and I'm kind of liking it if it's a more of a foreground element. So let's try that out. So we're going to get this guy in here. And then we're going to have, oh, that'd be cool. One of them fell down. It's just pointing downwards. Maybe it's got a light on it and a cord going off somewhere, powering this light. Someone asked, what type of school would you recommend in general to learn digital painting, online or in real life? I don't think there are a lot of concept art schools in Belgium, and I'd like to know your view on that subject. So that's a tough one, and it's going to be hard to answer that while I'm painting, but I'm going to try give you a short version, which is basically it's about kind of figuring out what's available to you, what are you, if you're able to go to a live class, whether that's just a figure drawing class somewhere where you can pay, you know, a small amount for one session or a group of sessions, you know, those kind of things exist and are great to train your eye, you know, observational sketches like that. And what's great about, you know, there might not be a teacher there, but you have everyone around you who are doing the same thing and trying to learn and observe what they see and put that to paper. So you can learn so much from each other too. If you don't have an official like training school, or like if you have a friend who does this too, you can learn just by sharing your work with them, get their feedback, get their eyes on it. It's like, are you conveying that? So, you know, trying to get to classes or what's available to you. If a school is out of your price range and it's not an option at all, then there are so many free videos online that teach basics and how to paint. It's harder to find foundation classes, I would say. Drawing in perspective. They're out there, but they're a little bit harder to find. But you can certainly make your own schooling and stuff by watching videos online. But I would recommend a school if you have the means to go to one, because the amount you learn from teachers and by showing your work and getting feedback and working with other students who are in the same kind of mentality as you, gosh, it's very helpful. So, and you're creating a network of friends who and colleagues who will eventually be colleagues that do the same thing you do. So that's helpful too, and that's why an art school is helpful as well. All right. So I hope that answers your question. It's a tough topic because there's so much there, and a lot of it depends on your situation, and also what you want to do, what interests you. That makes sense. Okay, let's see. So we have a signpost here, crossroads. We need to get to. Should we divide this out? Maybe. Let's do, you know what? Let's get this guy. And let's change our, we don't want angle on it, off. And let's squash it down. Something like this. Increase the spacing on it. Sorry. Cool, I'm glad that was helpful. Yeah, it's just about, it's tough. Keep asking that same question, and keep sketching no matter what you're doing. You're always learning. The more you see and try to paint what you see, gosh, that helps. All right. Okay. We could do, you know what we could do? Let's get this guy. And let's just rough in some of this street. Then we can go from there. Ooh, maybe there's a doorway over here. And we got some steps going up. And we'll work on this stuff later. All right, over here. I like this kind of overhang. Let's see if we can sell that. But we'll fix the perspective on it. Or maybe it's just a sign. I don't know. That's what's fun about this. We're just pushing stuff around, try to get something fun. Like a little city environment. When we're free painting like this, and we don't quite know what we're gonna paint, it's a fun way to do it, where, oh, that looks like a building, or that looks like a sign or something. And you just run with it, you know? So I'm glad you're liking the pieces. Yeah, with the rough paint strokes, yeah. That's awesome. I'm glad you're liking it. And one way to think about it is you're solving problems as you go, right? Like right now I'm thinking of this building receding into distance, so I want to add a lighter color or a lighter value. And so I'm fixing that right now. And then I'm like, oh, that silhouette of that edge is not very good. It's too linear. So now I'm going to cut into it and make something a little bit more interesting, you know? That's kind of how I'm approaching this. Building in the distance, you know, working on the silhouette. This brown is the same as this brown. So let's make a new layer, maybe a screen layer, and get some light back there. Maybe some cooler light. Just fog it out. We can work on the colors later, but I just need some atmosphere and stuff. Okay, this guy has that on there. There we go. Clear him off. All right, let's do a couple adjustments that'll get us closer value and color-wise. So first thing I like to do, get that levels adjustment. And let's fix our gamma. Get us into a better space. That's kind of fun. Okay. And then what I might do, I'm just going to test out a curves. Yeah. Now I'm bringing down the reds and the greens. And I'm going to invert that mask, Control I, and then paint with white where I want that. So I'm going to cool this building down a little bit so it's in shadow. Okay. Nice. All right, new layer. Now that background is pretty peachy. So let's see if we can't fix that. So I'm going to just select all this good stuff and then make a new folder. Put a mask on that folder, make a new layer, and then I can paint, you know, within that sky roughly. And let's see if we can get this in a better place. So I'm liking the palette. Maybe it's like early morning or something. Get those orange clouds in the distance. And because we have this selection of this group, you know, whatever's layer is in here, it's clipped by this mask. We can paint on the buildings, you know, and not affect the sky in a moment. So it's kind of helpful. I want to take that and drop it. There we go. Get the shadow color of those clouds. Nice. Get some swooping stuff. Yeah. Sketch reminds me of Jak 2 and 3. Oh, nice. I love that game. Jak and Daxter. Daxter. Yeah, it's so good. Okay, so if we paint under that, let's do a multiply. There we go. Get some blues. And we got little industrial complex back there. That's awesome. Now we can paint on top of that or under it. And get our stuff. Cool. Yeah. Hey, Fran. All right, let's see. I'm focusing right here, right now. So I'm just gonna get this doorway into a better place. And then something like that. I'm gonna invert that. Oops. And then paint around the door, just to give it a little bit of a spotlight. Since we do need, you either go this way or go that way, right? I wanna just indicate some options for the player if this was for a game or something. And let's label this sign so we know what our sign is. Okay, and what about some green light in there? That'd be cool. All right, nice. Go well with our orange kind of setup. All right, get those steps reading. All right, maybe they're coming down like that. Oh, that happens. Bixara, hey man, I worked at DreamWorks too. Oh, awesome. What was your role at DreamWorks? Previs. Oh, nice. That's awesome. You found the Bob Ross of digital art. Oh, thanks. He's Oh, Bob Ross, I love you. I grew up watching Bob Ross while I was living in Hong Kong. My grandma would tape his show and send it over so that I could watch it. Okay, we got to get some stuff on the right, otherwise. We got another building. What do you think? Let's get a little courtyard out here too. Hey, Capitan. Someone asked if I'm doing contracts. Contract work, or do I take contracts? What? Just want to understand your question. Okay. Ooh, let's see. What do we do? So we're just going to pull out some of this road. And let's see. Yes, contract work. No, I don't take contract work now. I'm working full-time at Telltale Games. So I get some free time on the weekend and sometimes on work nights to come on here for some Twitch streaming. And but otherwise I'm occupied full-time with doing environment design for Telltale. So okay, this is getting there. Let's see, we were gonna go to 11:07, so we have about 10 minutes left. We've spent 20 minutes so far on this guy. And just to recap, we started with just getting those buildings in, doing some global adjustments to the contrast, trying some blue out there on the horizon, getting some clouds in there, and then now we're just kind of painting, and we have our sign in the foreground. So that's where we are right now. What I do want to do, sometimes I take a layer, I group it, call this layer effects. And I just want to put a hard light layer here and just get this little light banging, pinging. And I can preview that by turning on this group. Cool. You can paint under it now without affecting it. Okay, let's see. Yes, feel free to add me on LinkedIn. That would be great. Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay. Let's see. What if that sign's like a little nice... Ooh, you know what? I'm gonna take everything, copy everything, paste everything, and paint with a little color dodge, which is always fun. And we're just gonna indicate some things here. And really, we're just trying to get a color palette mood thumbnail, I guess is what this would be. You know, it'd be fun. Should we do some little clouds out there? This guy. Oh, you know what? Should we do darker or lighter? You know? Ah, I know what to do. Let's do a little multiply. And then as we paint, just darken this guy down. Set this back to normal. And we have some colors to play with as we color pick this guy and smoke that up. It's pretty fun. Okay. Sharpen that. Too much. Push and pull it. And then we can always put a new layer clip to it and give it some atmosphere. Okay. All right, let's see. Someone asked, what set of brushes am I using? It's a mixture of ones I've made and ones I've of course found on the internet, which it's fun to try out what other people are using. Let's get this a little redder, just for kicks. And cool. Okay, we're getting low on time, so I'm going to paint on top of everything. And I'm just going to try to finish up the impression of this piece. Just some little alleyway. Is there a guy here? I don't know if we can sell a guy in this quick amount of time. We were focusing on the environment so much. Maybe there's a little dude here. We'll just suggest him. How's that sound? There's a little bag. Or maybe it's a dog. Should we make a dog? There's a little dog. That's fine for now. Cool. Again, it's just like, you know, suggesting. We just want to suggest. We don't have time to really flesh this out, but it is different. The goal was to get something different than what we just did, and so we're playing. Yeah, a neon sign definitely would be fun. That's what this was starting to be, but I just, you know, I don't like the size and scale of it. Man. Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. We'll just have some fun with some texture and then call it on this one. Maybe there's just something back there. These buildings, let's get just a little bit of light on them. Cool. And this guy. We'll just punch this up in the foreground. Maybe there's a car right here. Let's suggest it. And get that tail light. Yeah. Like this blue. And that works. Again, we're just sketching. It doesn't have to be perfect. All right. That sounds good. A little ambitious for a half hour. Especially when you're not quite sure of what you're painting and you're figuring it out as you go. That happens. So, but nevertheless, this was fun. We kind of got a little city out there. Cool. All right. Let's just do a little color balance check. See if we want to push it into a different area. Check the shadows. Check your highlights. I'm just rocking these back and forth to see if I like it in a different direction than what it is. Okay. There we go. So before, after, maybe I just turn that down a little bit. It's subtle, but it is a different, you're just going off of the feel and kind of thing. And let's just quickly see if we need some. So I duped everything, copy merged and then paste. And so now I'm just using color burn, maybe a little linear dodge to just help out some of this stuff. And maybe we'll do a hard light and just ping this stuff behind the guy here. And give our dog a little rim light. Okay. And what if we do multiply? And I just want to see, yeah, let's darken that down. Someone asked if I stream often. So I'll be streaming at least once a week because I do work full time during the week. It's hard to find time, but I'm definitely committing to at least once a week. But I will move probably towards a twice a week kind of schedule, and things will be more solid come January 2016. So what I'm doing now is making sure I have this process down of making sure the setup's good, you can hear me well, because I've only been doing this for a few weeks now. So, what I'm going to move towards is getting some classes and possible mentorships or critiques, live critiques, so you can submit work and we can talk about it and stuff and, learn from each other and grow. So that's all kind of coming next year. So right now I'm just kind of doing free sketches like this, having some fun and kind of going like that. So if you're liking this kind of style, or if you want to learn more about environment design, mood design, lighting studies for games, film, animation, whether it's photoreal or painterly, that's kind of the stuff I'll be covering. And I'll definitely be diving into more structure and like as you learn your foundation skills, and you strengthen those up by painting what you see, taking classes, whether if you're in school or doing figure drawing, it's like, how can you take that foundation skills that you're learning and apply them to painting in Photoshop? So that's kind of what I'm going to dive into. And so using different techniques, why are different techniques better than others for what you're doing, and stuff like that. So yeah, so that's kind of the plan. But you can, of course, follow me on Twitter and Facebook. That's probably the best place to stay up to date, and I'll be announcing, when the next stream is, and vice versa and stuff. If you go to @metavisuals on Twitter, you can find me there, or Facebook/metavisuals, you can find me there as well. I'll be posting all these videos to YouTube, so if you missed the beginning of the stream, you can watch them there, and also check back. You can see the past streams on YouTube as well. So yeah, lots of fun stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Today we painted 3 environment sketches, really colorful kind of mood studies. We started with this fun guy, if you missed it. Real sunny, kind of Miyazaki-inspired crossroads. And because these 2 areas were kind of similar, it was really just trying to get this kind of overall feeling. Then we dove into this piece, which was kind of playing with, what if we go left? Is it a little scarier than what if we go right? It's a little happier and stuff. So yeah, trying to get those working together. That was the goal of this one, in a different palette and lighting, mood and stuff. So that was that one. And then we wanted to do something a little different. So this is the 3rd sketch today. And each of these took a half an hour. And this one was trying to get the, I guess, morning or sunset light working with this kind of post-apocalyptic area and stuff. So yeah, so it was a lot of fun. If you missed this, I hope you can join next time. And again, stay tuned. So I'm glad you guys stopped by, said hey, and yes, I hope to see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you later. Bye.